And we welcome you to this latest edition of middle school Virginia Beach soccer action from the Sportsplex here on the 25th day of October. It's a Wednesday and it's a gorgeous day for soccer. We have a double dip for you of the girls middle school championship followed by the boys championship. And it's brought to you by Triumph Realty. Find them on the web at triumphrealtyva.com. That is triumphrealtyva.com. And give them a call at 757-355-5273 for all your realty needs. For sale, for rent, all the details online again at triumphrealtyva.com. Matt Hatfield here with you for the call of this matchup, which will feature the Great Neck Stingrays with a record of 9-0 overall, taking on the Princess Anne Panthers, who check in at 8-1 overall. Jack Lowe's our camera operator for today's matchup. We'll go through the rosters here for you in just a moment. But if you're just tuning in, we've got Great Neck in the black uniforms with the maroon numerals. The Panthers of Princess Anne Middle with the gold, yellow jerseys and the black numerals. And last week we brought you a semifinal matchup which saw Princess Anne prevail over Plaza 2-0 as they got a shutout pitched in that one, getting the job done. Meanwhile, it was a game that needed overtime and penalty kicks between Great Neck and Lansdowne, with the game winner coming from Great Neck's Lauren Templeton as they beat Lansdowne 5-4 in the penalty kick session to get the win. 6 shutouts on the year for the Stingrays through their first 8 games, as they are 9-0 on the year coming in. And it'll be right here to start. Princess Anne in those gold jerseys at the 50. They introduced the players here before we got on the air, and we thank you for tuning in on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel, beachsportsplex.com. Ball kick to start by Scarlett Johnson. And early on, we've got possession for PA as they work the far sideline. Nice pass up ahead. It's going to trickle out of play. Let's give you the roster rundown. We have it in numerical order for Great Neck. We have it listed by alphabetical last name for PA. And we'll start with PA since they had possession to begin this thing. Number 22 is McKenna Ahart. 5, Bella Anton. 11, Braylon Baylor. Issa Coellards, number 17 for PA. Lexi George wearing 23. A couple of goalkeepers for Princess Anne, one of which is Peyton Helmer, number 19. Scarlett Johnson, we mentioned, is number 18. Julianne Moore, number 17 for the Panthers. Brooke Suriani wears number 1. Maddie Tunstall wears number 12. The other goalkeeper besides Helmer is Lola Bueno, number 21. Kinley Campbell wears 16. Kelsey Gatch wearing 14. Taryn Owens is number 10. Lily West wearing 13. Kennedy Zanny wearing number 6. Brooke Ferlotta wearing 25. Emmeline Jamelin wearing 15. Rebecca Graham wearing number 4. You have Emery Harrington donning number 27. Sydney Hunn wearing number 8. Hattie Peters wearing 26. Sloan Fanouf wearing number 3. And Addie Weeks number 24. That one kicked through the uprights of the field goal post, but above the soccer goal post and out of play by the Lucky Oyster Party deck out there. So one of the spectators will go chase it down, and we will have for you coming up the restart with another soccer ball that got tossed over. As we mentioned, the weather out here is just fantastic. It is a rare 70-plus degree day in late October. On the nose right now, 74 degrees I'm showing. Sun is slated to set around 6:15 p.m. Eastern, slight 6-mile-per-hour wind. And we'll give you the roster for the undefeated Great Neck Stingrays in just a moment. But Princess Anne is coached by Katie Warnock. Great Neck working from right to left in those dark uniforms. There's an opportunity on the move here on the near side with Elena Cavini. She had a real impressive goal last week. It was a terrific shot. They jumped out in front in that match. In fact, Cavini had one of the PKs that she scored. I think it was the third one for the team. The first one came from Leah Bonfiglio. The last one before the game winner was courtesy of Carmen Logan. Since we're giving some of those names for Great Neck, let's give them to you in numerical order, starting with 7th grader Gwen Heminger, who wears number 1. Number 2 is Josie Glenn, a 6th grader. Number 3, Callie Smassel, an 8th grader. Hallie Grammis is a 7th grader wearing 4. Another 7th grader that happens to wear number 5 is Sloan Halter. Yale Haas, a 6th grader who wears number 6. Grace Sawyers, keep an eye on her, number 7, an 8th grader who's key to their attack, as is Bryn Kreider, number 8. We mentioned the game winner coming from 7th grader Lauren Templeton last week against Lancetown and the Lancers in the semifinals, and Lauren Templeton wears number 9. Natalie Shanti wears number 10, and Ashlyn Cicchini wears number 11. Those three, Templeton, Shanti, and Cicchini, all 7th graders. Cavini, the 8th grader we touched on, is number 12. So Elena will be one that they try to get the ball to and have as many touches as possible throughout this championship matchup. Number 13, Graham Whitworth, a 7th grader for Great Neck. Gloria Arbel, an 8th grader wearing number 14. One of the goalkeepers is number 15, Cara Bartholomew. Alexis Hamilton wears number 16. She's a 7th grader. The aforementioned 8th grader, Leah Bonfiglio, she wears number 17. Carmen Rivera, one of the goalkeepers, wearing number 18. Carmen Logan wears number 19. And like Rivera, she's a 7th grader. Kinley Bartley, a 7th grader who wears number 20. Callie Rivera, an 8th grader wearing 21. Reagan Dobbins, a 7th grader wearing 22. Bella Glenn, an 8th grader wearing 23. Kendall Hall, a 6th grader wearing 24. And rounding out the roster is number 25, Isla Hunter, who is an 8th grader. What a save there in net for Princess Anne. Able to hop up on that free kick. And now it's going to be booted away. Punted nicely by Peyton Helmer, the goalkeeper for Princess Anne. Great Neck is coached by Eddie Leonetti. As we're almost 5.5 minutes through this opening half here at the Plex. Glad you are tuned in on beachsportsplex.com and also on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. We watch now. Great Neck track it down behind Alexis Hamilton as she got to it with Maddie Tunstall on the move for Princess Anne there in that far corner, the upper right side of your screen there. That one's going to go whizzing right by Hamilton. If you're wondering about how these teams got here, well, we told you a little bit in terms of the seasons, but to give you the full rundown, Great Neck winning its first game 3-0 over Plaza back on September 11th. 2 days later, they defeated Larkspur 8-1. An 8-0 shutout of Salem Middle at Salem Middle on the 18th of September. Then they beat Lynn Haven 5-2 on the 20th of September. 8 days later, to close out the calendar month, they shut out Independence 7-0. 2-0 win over Princess Anne Middle in overtime on Monday, October 2nd. 13-0 shutout of Bayside Middle on the road on October the 4th. 11-0 shutout of Corporate Landing on Wednesday, October 11th. And then that 2-1 doubling up of Lancetown in the semifinals last week, which required overtime and PKs to get it done. And as for Princess Anne, remember they lost to Great Neck 2-0 in overtime on October 2nd. For Princess Anne on the year as far as their results, 5-0 win over Bayside on September 13th, 9-0 shutout of Corporate Landing on Monday, September 18th. They blanked Independence 6-0 on Wednesday, September 20th. Shutout Plaza 3-0 on Wednesday, September 27th. So that's 2 shutouts of Plaza on the year. One coming in the semifinals last week. That lost to Great Neck we talked about. 2-0 in overtime back on Monday, October 2nd. Shutout Virginia Beach Middle October the 4th by a count of 7-0. Edged Lancetown Middle in a tough one, 1-0 on October 11th. And then to close out the regular season, the 2-0 shutout of Kempsville before the 2-0 defeat of Plaza 6 days ago here at the Plex. That one gets over to Grace Sawyers. And now Great Neck trying to get to it before they get to that red flag in the corner where they have the corner kicks. Designated Lauren Templeton. Able to reach the ball. Princess Anne comes up with a nice stop. Pass a little bit out of the reach of the intended target, which looked to be number 18 there, Scarlett Johnson. Right at about the 45-yard line on the field here. It's going to be pulled in by PA with Johnson. They kick back the other direction. Now Great Neck is going to attack here as we watch just the speed of Cavini get in the way there to keep PA from moving forward. And it looks like they're going to give advantage here now to Great Neck. With a free kick here. So keeping the fouls to a minimum will be certainly a key here for Princess Anne now with Great Neck in their territory deep. Grace Sawyers, double team comes on her and ends up losing the ball here, but from the side now, Great Neck tossing it in over to Cavini. For some clear room to operate with. Trying to get daylight, but Braylon Baylor comes over to deny. Very sound tackle there a moment ago. That one goes flying into the air. Now a battle for it between Braylon Baylor and Lauren Templeton. And just in front of the Great Neck bench, the Stingrays will put it into play. As Coach Leonetti and the rest of the gals watch. Austin now for PA. And two defenders get in the way there with Bonfiglio and Smassel. Preventing Princess Anne from mounting any type of a attack during that sequence. Coach Warnock's team trying to reverse the outcome from back in October and capture the championship tonight. Part of a doubleheader, which will also feature our boys' final coming up with the Lansdowne Lancers at 8-1, taking on the Independence Eagles at 8-1. That will be approximately around 7 p.m. tonight. Probably about a good 15-20 minutes after this one is done to allow them to warm up, although they'll be stretching behind the fence area on each side of the field to get loose. Great Neck fighting for possession, and they get it here. Now they've got Cavini on the move. Cavini racing up to it. She gets to the ball. Now can she slice through 2 defenders here? Couldn't quite pull it off, as it's going to be McKenna Ahart who ends up sending it out of play, as we're closing in on 16 minutes to go in this first half. We are, of course, live streaming on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to that. You'll get notifications when we go live for any event, whether it is middle school soccer, middle school football, high school football. It can be field hockey action, lacrosse. You name it. Various events we bring you here at the Plex. Also our podcast that we bring you every couple of days with the folks at Hometown Sports Productions. We do a weekly field hockey podcast that usually comes your way on Tuesdays, Thursdays with a weekly football podcast centered around high school action, and then on Saturdays our 757 Saturday Sports Talk program. We like to sprinkle in some special guests from time to time with yours truly, Matt Hatfield, and the coach Ed Young. We had on Tim Kirkchen, ESPN Major League Baseball analyst, last week on the show. Might spend some time talking about JMU and Old Dominion football this week. Big matchup in Harrisonburg on the gridiron. And on tomorrow's On the Hash with Hatfield podcast, we can tell you that former NFL Pro Bowler Antoine Buffet will be our guest. He, a Denby High grad, who's going to have his Denby number 4 jersey retired at Todd Stadium at halftime in that game. So we'll chat with Antoine about that coming up on Thursday's show. And if you like, share, and subscribe, you'll get notifications when we go live with that. You can always go back and check out the playlists of previous episodes, shows, and interviews that you liked and might have missed. So sending him in here on the corner will be PA's number 15, and that is Evelyn Jamelin. And that's going to be saved by the keeper there. Good effort to go grab that. As we believe that might be Bartholomew. It could be Rivera, the goalkeeper for Great Neck. Didn't catch the number. I can tell you number 15's on the move now for PA, and that is Mellon. Evelyn's going to have her progress impeded with Bryn Kreider running side by side, battling for the ball. I think she's looking for a nutmeg going through between the legs here to get some room to get an opportunity, but just really, really tough defense from Great Neck there on that sequence. And we're going to watch PA kick this in from the corner. Here's Jamelin. And that one could not find a teammate. Now Princess Anne trying to invade Great Neck territory again here. Little dump off with Sydney Hunn. Hunn now looking for another teammate around that 15 area. Hunn gets it back. Tries to kick it ahead for one teammate. Another one comes slicing through. That's going to hit the crossbar of the football field goal post, not the soccer goal post. As some fans got excited with that kick. So we've seen a couple of shots on goal here in this half for Princess Anne and Great Neck. But at the rate we're headed, this one might be looking at a scoreless first half. We've ticked under 12 minutes to go in our first half. For a header there with Addie Weeks. We called out Addie Weeks' name a number of times last week. And a very nice job to get in the middle of that, Alexis Hamilton, because PA was threatening. And there's some power behind that kick, which will end up rolling out of play and go towards the Chicho sign and the John's Tax Services sign. And speaking of John's Tax Services, John's Tax Service and JPM Financial Services have been serving all of Hampton Roads for more than 20 years. A proud community supporter of local youth sports, where they provide tax preparation and retirement planning services. They're the best thanks to you, John's Tax Service. Find them online at johnstaxservice.com. They're located at 5310 Bar Harbor Drive in Norfolk. You hear some of the crowd noise and also the jet noise now as it's kicked with the right foot by number 26, Hattie Peters for Princess Anne Middle. Panthers continue to get a lot of possession time down this end of the field, which could bode well for them if they're able to just find that crease to get a goal chance. That one was thwarted away, and now trying to keep her balance in. Ball handling is Addie Weeks. Now advancing forward with it. Some nifty footwork moves. Grace Sawyers looking for Elena Cavini on her left side from that wing area. She's going to kick it, but off the ricochet, it was sent by Sawyers towards the keeper, and Peyton Helmer will scoop it up to avoid any harm being done there. Now she punts it away. Past the 50 and into Great Neck territory. And we've got a whistle. I think a foul was called there. Don't see any yellow card being issued, though, however. So it'll just instead be a free kick here for PA with Jamillin. Once again, Great Neck's keeper scooping that one up. Working the near sideline here. That's going to bounce off of Taryn Owens of PA. But Great Neck's on the move here. They find Cavini slicing through here. Can she curl her way in for one? And that one's going to end up getting deflected. Really fine job defensively to hustle and battle Cavini by number 25, Brooke Ferlato. And without Ferlato hustling and getting in her way, you could have seen Cavini get the game's first goal with relative ease. Corner kept calling, though, for Elena Cavini. See what this set piece comes up with. Not much at all there for the Stingrays. Look at the work there from Brooke Ferlato to keep it away from Reagan Dobbins. Then it ends up getting smacked up ahead and out of play by the Great Neck bench. So now the Stingrays regain possession as we are ticking under 7 minutes to go. They've got it flashing on the board. You'll hear from them at halftime. Pepsi, that's what I like. Also hydrated You can stay hydrated with Gatorade. We'll hear from them coming up when we reach the half. A couple of our sponsors at the Plex. Great Neck has not lost a game this year, so they've not been shut out, obviously, with that in mind. Princess Anne trying to do something that hasn't been done this year, and if they pull that off, they'll walk out of here as champions for the Virginia Beach Middle School girls soccer season of 2023-2024. Oh, nearly a goal chance there for Princess Anne, as that one's going to get sent wide of the post. Best look of the half for either team, I would say, and that was kicked by Lexi George, number 23, who had a really good view of it. Just didn't quite have it on target. Kicked last by Natalie Shaddy for Great Neck, so Princess Anne takes over in front of their bench along the far sideline. Two defenders coming in the pathway of Braylon Baylor. Nifty kick from Natalie Shaddy again, but it goes out of play as we're nearing 5 minutes to go in this first half. PA's got it. Oh, nice little crossover move. Looked like that was Issa Cuellar. Two defenders. And Great Neck had that one plugged up well. As Cavini tries to kick it out of danger here, but just some real tenacious play from Julianne Moore and the Panthers of Princess Anne, who have kept it on their attacking third much of this half. Nothing doing on that throw-in. Chicho's Pizza is a proud sponsor of Mustangs football. We'll hear from them coming up at the break as well. And they're also the proud sponsor of our regular Chicho's Pizza 757 Football Player of the Week. Last week that went to Indian River High's Malachi Hinton. Find out Thursday on our On the Hash with Hatfield podcast who that goes to. Our Il Giardino Chicken Parm Player of the Week for field hockey this week went to Cameron Butler from Kempsville High. As the field hockey playoffs are getting ready to start this weekend for the high school teams. Now here's a kick from the side here for Cavini. If you recall, last week in our semifinals, she was able to curl one in on a corner on that far side, and it was a magical shot that was the goal for Great Neck in its win over Lancetown. Lancers did battle back, though, in that game. Feed from Lexi George, who's going to race up the near sideline, but Carmen Logan in the defense for Great Neck, able to get them possession right back as they look for Cavini. It's going to get hit in the air. Doesn't look like we'll get a volley opportunity, though. As you know, Great Neck is thinking about what that thing's coming down to try to kick it while it's in the air. Great Neck can execute a couple of crosses here for the half as they're going to have to send it up ahead for Cavini, who's going to get to it trio of yellow shirts come her way. Now she's going to try to make a kick towards the net. It's going to end up hopping out to a teammate in Bryn Kreider, but that one's going to be out of the reach of another Great Neck Stingrays player to get a real good kick at it. As Lauren Templeton, if she had a little more room, she could have tried to angle one in from the far side. Instead, though, it'll be Cavini in that same corner that she worked some magic last week. There's Cavini, and that one landed off, looked like the back of a player. As Great Neck's Leah Bonfiglio almost was able to put in our first goal of the game. And that one goes over the net and hits the fence area. Almost had a goal there. So time about to be kept on the field. Been a really competitive battle thus far. Both teams not budging much around the net. Really exerting the energy and giving it their all here, as you would hope and expect in a championship setting. Might go down to the right wire, just like that NLCS did, where the Diamondbacks outlasted the Phillies in 7 games. We shall see. Jack Lowe didn't let me say that, but I had to. As we go to halftime, it only took a half for me to finally bring it up. We're scoreless, though, between Great Neck, the Stingrays, and the Panthers of PA. We'll step aside and hear from some of our sponsors at the Plex while I take a bathroom break, and we'll begin things with the Drip Bar. Stay tuned.
Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar IV Hydration and Vitamin Therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter, that electrolytes are all the same. And just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire. Why not?
Randy Moss.
Dan Marino? You alright?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
22. 22.
Delay game, number 13.
Let's see. Hey. I need that senior discount. That's the case. Mr. Marino, you mind if I take a selfie? Thank you.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
And the second half is underway, and we are glad to provide you. We have an updated roster that we will be giving you for the Independence Middle School boys game coming up with Lancetown's Lancers in the championship, following us here with the girls matchup at the Plex. Great Neck with possession here early in the second half. As it's scoreless so far, there's Oena Cavini, who ends up getting knocked down with that foul. Here comes a corner kick for Great Neck. Cavini, that big left foot she's got, really giving opponents fits all season long. And tonight now she's going to get a, check that, it's going to be a one-on-one right here with the goalkeeper. There's a penalty kick. And Cavini gets it through. So to no surprise, Elena Cavini, number 12 for Great Neck, scores the first goal of this matchup, doing so on the penalty kick. That foul occurred in the goalie box. So gets placed just 12 yards away from the goal, and Cavini works her magic, scoring it. This one not as unbelievable as her shot last week. Nonetheless, she comes through to give her team the lead, and they're now just 27 minutes and change away if they're able to hold it or extend it from an undefeated season, a perfect 10-0, and a championship here for the 2023-2024 girls middle school season in Virginia Beach, which would be quite a feat for those young ladies, her teammates, and Coach Eddie Leonetti. Princess Anne, though, has gotten here for a reason because they're mighty good and they're a resilient bunch. So wouldn't suspect for a moment here that they're just going to lay down or back down even. They did have that loss earlier in the season, 2-0 count, but that was overtime now. So it's going to get sent out of play by Bella Glenn. I haven't called her name out a whole lot during this game, but we'll see if she ends up being a key factor in these final 20 minutes of regulation play for the girls' middle school season, as I see one of the boys' teams arriving here. So here on the throw in, we'll watch. It's like a substitution as we see Maddie Tunstall check out. Didn't catch the number who was subbed in. Might have been number 8 here, Sydney Hunn here on our near side. Princess Anne trying to get a scoring threat here as the sun is starting to set here in Virginia Beach and the lights turning on here at the Plex. We'll start to play on some darker skies in the final few minutes of this contest and for pretty much the duration of the boys' championship that will come after this. Fine job of shielding off Addie Weeks by Leah Bonfiglio. And we see Braylon Baylor. Kinley Bartley. Battle for the ball between Kinley Bartley of Great Neck, number 20, and Addie Weeks, 24. It's going to be Great Neck coming up with it as Grace Sawyers tries to make a crossover maneuver. And there's that spotlight player. You have to watch out for it. It hits the side of the net. Didn't curl into the post to be a goal, but that spotlight player, Elena Cavini. Really operates at a different level out there. As we'll see a corner kick now for Great Neck. It's going to be sent in by Lauren Templeton. You know they want to find Cavini if they can here within 12 yards, like she just scored that penalty kick. They try to kick it over to her, but a good volley, an effort by PA to thwart that. Made that excellent play. It's like number 11, Braylon Baylor again for Princess Anne. I'd like to thank John Fox and the great folks up here from Virginia Beach for all their help with rosters and getting us information in a very timely manner. I will say this, having dealt with a lot of high school and college sports, that sometimes it's always a pain having to go chase down rosters, but they had this stuff and material for us and info before we even arrived right here, and that's so appreciated. So many thanks to John and his crew of folks for getting that info and details for us to shout out these names to you. Does not go unnoticed, that's for sure. Scooped up goalkeeper for Great Neck as they go back to work here. Some of the young ladies on the bench for Great Neck getting excited because they were saying, go, go, go. I think they had a chance with Grace Sawyers. It's another one of their catalysts, along with Cavini, to make things happen. So here's well, I thought it was going to be a corner kick. Instead, it's going to be throw in here for Cavini and Great Neck. Well, the officials, it's like before they toss it in, it's going to be Cavini giving it over to Carmen Logan. Our game tonight, again, brought to you by Triumph Realty. If you haven't checked them out online, their listings, their blog, their teams, featured listings, client stories, it's all online at triumphrealtyva.com to learn more about what your home is worth and seller resources, first-time home buyer resources. 757-355-5273. Give them a call. And they also have an email when you go up to the website for more details. Far side now for Great Neck Cavini. Little no-look feed as she gets it to Bryn Kreider. So that's Sawyers again trying to get the volley. Booted away by Evelyn Jamelin. Tell you what, she's been a factor tonight. Called her name out quite a bit. Along with Addie Weeks. Two of the mainstays for Princess Anne that have allowed them to get in this championship game. Even though they trail 1-0. A really fine season for the Panthers at 8-1. Only team that's beaten them is Great Neck, and that took overtime to beat them. And PA might be thinking about getting to overtime again with this squad. Stingrays had to play a marathon overtime last week with the Lancetown Lancers, who gave them everything they had, and then some. As that was a real fierce battle. Here's Great Neck with Carmen Logan. Kicked into the air by Evelyn, and now he's trying to keep it in Great Neck territory. We're starting to see more of a presence by Bella Glenn here. Woo! There was a tense moment. After the free kick from the 39-yard line yielded a real chance off the header with that right foot for Princess Anne. I didn't catch the number, but I want to say it was, and I could be wrong, I want to say it was the young lady who just subbed in a few moments ago, I thought, for PA and Sydney Hunn. Here's PA on the move again. And they're eventually stopped as Callie Smassel halts the progress of Scarlett Johnson. And a whistle as the official goes over to check on it's like the goalkeeper there. Reminder, we've got championship matchup coming up for you after this one with the boys. Independence and PA. So the PA boys in those gold and blue unis, which I referenced look like Ocean Lakes High School last week. Had that 4-2 doubling up of Lansdowne last week. And Independence, which had the 1-0 shutout in its game with the Great Neck Stingrays that they won. Both teams coming in at 8-1 overall. Here comes a corner kick for Princess Anne. This is a precious opportunity they want to make the most of, as we are hitting under 15 minutes to go in regulation play. Trying to work with it was Scarlett Johnson. And now booted into the air by Callie Smassel for Great Neck. Stingrays really avoiding trouble on some of these corner kicks. Lone goal coming so far off a PK from Elena Cavini. And it came only a minute and 31 seconds into our second half. A couple of substitutions as we watch 22 and 10 come in for 9 and 20.
A little reminder to our soccer fans and soccer players.
Reagan Dobbins and Natalie Shaddy. Lauren Templeton and
The championship plaque. So please, gentlemen, please do
Kinley Bartley
get on the field
subbing out.
all of the awards are presented.
They'll be presenting some awards after this game is done with the championship plaque and trophy. We'll try to bring that to you before we sign off before our second game. As you can all watch that unfold for any family members and friends and fans out there that want to watch that. Those that can't be here who would like to be here, we'll try to bring that to you. Cavini going over to shadow number 15, Evelyn Jamelin again. It's a good matchup there with her and the game's lone goal scorer thus far. Almost rolls to the fence, but now we'll see the keeper, Peyton Helmer, kick this one away now for the Panthers of PA. On this AstroTurf surface, and since 1965, the AstroTurf brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity. Today, AstroTurf continues to improve its system design to deliver playing surfaces with the most realistic, sport-specific performance, longest-lasting durability, and sound player protection. AstroTurf, part of our growing team here with HSP Productions from the Plex in Virginia Beach. On the toss in, Great Neck trying to get it back with Smossel. PA hitting up there, and then the header try for double one, Braylon Baylor. Sun has set and the moon is starting to peek out here. 6 days away from Halloween. Kicked into the air, and then the header try with Great Neck and Bonfiglio. There's PA on the move now. And that one nudged out. And deflected. Bonfiglio got a kick on it. Oh, leaping into the air. Almost head first there. Kick with the right foot of Cavini. Teammate couldn't hold on to it in Natalie Shatti. And that one sent out to the Great Neck, Princess Anne bench area. Now we'll see on the side end here for Cavini and company. That's Great Neck. Unable to string together some long possession sequences now. PA racing towards it around the near sideline. Excellent takeaway by Shaddy. And Natalie staying right on Braylon Baylor of PA. Real aggressive defense here for the Stingrays. And it looks like player goes down. Now trying to track it down here is Cavini. A couple cross moves. And after her maneuvers, getting in the way there was Addie Weeks. To deny that from getting in the goalie box area. Nonetheless, here is a corner kick try with just under 8.5 minutes to go in regulation from the Sportsplex on this warm Wednesday in October that's now starting to get a little bit on the chillier side. Here comes Princess Anne on the move after that corner kick opportunity for Great Neck as we've hit under 8 minutes to go in regulation. Great Neck probably not ready to get into that methodical mode of milking the clock. And again, time will be kept on the field the last couple of minutes of this one. Princess Anne will need a goal to send this to overtime beyond the standard 60 minutes of regulation we have here. And if it avoids overtime, we could be right on track for our 7 o'clock start for the boys matchups. That's kicked out of bounds. Been a real good battle here. A couple more subs for the Stingrays. As we watch the likes of 20 and 9 return. We're talking about Kinley Bartley, the 7th grader, wearing 20, and Lauren Templeton, the 7th grader, wearing number 9. Templeton, the hero last week in that tense win over the Lancers of Lancetown. Here's Cavini. Going to fake left, kick it right to scoot it by Evelyn, and that one's going to be sent towards the keeper. And another splendid job by Peyton Helmer to keep her from getting on the board. Race for the ball now as it's sent up ahead for PA. Now Great Neck's got it. Little fake maneuver trying to go left now with Bryn Kreider. Kick with Baylor. And now a tussle for it on the near sideline. Looks like PA's got it and they're on the move. We're in the middle of the field with Scarlett Johnson. Great Neck kicks it out and around midfield. PA's got it. Here's Evelyn Jamelin. Nudged away, though, by Grace Sawyers, who makes a real heady, subtle play. That one's going to get kicked far up ahead where Cavini can chase to it and kick it towards the goalkeeper, who's able to stop it. Bending down and grabbing it is Peyton Helmer. But a real subtle, good play by Sawyers to nudge it, and then they send it up ahead for Cavini. As they're keeping possession time on this end of the field a lot better than they did in the first half, which has really got the Panthers scrambling to change some things up here to find that goal. With time burning down. That's going to be kicked out. Great Neck again, the chance to work it inside the 10-yard line area. Sent towards Bella Glenn, who kicks it with the left foot, goes down, but is able to pop back up. Princess Anne's got it here in Great Neck territory. Can they do anything with it? As once again a tackle for the Stingrays, as that was Carmen Logan getting it done there. So we're coming up on 2 minutes to go in regulation. Gives me a chance to tell you that Zoop Eatery is one of our sponsors here at the Plex. At Zoop, you can build the perfect boxed lunch, a customizable and individually packaged meal for your convenience. Choose from any of the wide variety of soups, fresh salads, made-to-order sandwiches that are all served with a hunk of bread and dessert. There's something for the whole crew at Zoop Eatery. Go on there and see the good people from Zoop Eatery. Those folks will take care of you. Tell them that Matt Hatfield and Chuck Thornton and the crew from the Sportsplex sent you over there. You never know what treat you might get. And in fact, what better time to get some soups than the winter here? It's about to get colder around the Hampton Roads area. Get you a nice soup by the fire. Enjoy the chilly months that are awaiting us in November, December, January, and February this winter. You've hit that 2-minute mark. Kick by Logan is bounced right off a player for Princess Anne. With time being kept on the field, the Stingrays know as long as they don't have a let-up, don't let their guard down, and maintain possession time here, they will walk out of here with a 1-0 championship victory to conclude a perfect 10-0 season. Panthers of PA will be looking at a 8-2 finish unless they can rally here in these closing seconds. Who can step up for them? Racing towards the ball as time's running out. They've got Sydney Hunn, and that one's going to just take a hop to the keeper in green. And Great Neck just wants to milk this down to the end and come out here with another shutout of Princess Anne like they had back in the previous meeting on October 2nd. They can sense it. They can smell it. They can almost taste it. That one required overtime at Great Neck Middle 23 days ago. Here's a free kick now with Cavini. You see that wall at the 8-yard line. It's going to go over the wall and out of play over to the fence where one of the Independence Mill Boys players behind the fence is able to catch it, I think, one-handed. They quickly place it down with the keeper, Peyton Helmer. They know they have to work quickly. Have to act very fast here. But Cavini is not letting them get any forward movement. That whistle will be coming from the official any moment. Great Neck able to control it with the body there by Templeton. Really good trap. Kicked with the left foot there by Grace Sawyers. Here we go, on the move. Princess Anne. Scarlett Johnson, and then they got to about the 15 before Great Neck sent it out. Can they hurry in time? Braylon Baylor. Great Neck's got black shirts in the right spots to defend. As one of the officials looks down at the watch and they're getting ready to blow the whistle. This one's about to be in the books, ladies and gents. Leah Bonfiglio sends it the other direction. There's Brooke Suriani. So it whizzes by. A couple of people, and now here's Glenn getting out to it with the left foot and does a nice job to kick it out. There's one of those side Cole Knittings. And there's the whistle, and the Great Neck Stingrays celebrate a 1-0 championship win over the Princess Anne Panthers here in the 2023 Virginia Beach Middle School Girls title match tonight here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. That caps a perfect 10-0 season for them. And they will be acknowledged with the championship trophy. Princess Anne, for a fine year, will get the runner-up plaque. And we'll give you that awards presentation here in just a moment before we sign off here on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. A really terrific year for both teams, and the Stingrays going wire to wire unbeaten. So hard to do. They'll be the only one on the boys or girls side to accomplish that, as the two teams will shake hands and show good sportsmanship. Both teams will be heading towards the center of the field for the presentation of awards. And then the boys teams will be venturing into the turf to warm up and get ready for their championship matchup that will be coming your way about approximately 15 to 20 minutes after we are done signing off here tonight. The game's lone goal came at the 28-29 mark of our second half on a penalty kick from Elena Cavini, who is one of the best 8th graders in the entire city and I dare say area. Look for her to make her presence felt and make a splash when she gets to the high school level. Should not take long, as these teams are celebrating. Paige Scher, the middle school principal at Virginia Beach Middle, will be presenting the awards at midfield here. We'll give you a chance to watch that before we conclude our broadcast tonight. You see these young ladies lining up here. And again, to acknowledge those names: Gwen Heminger, Josie Glenn, Callie Smassel, Haley Gramis, Sloan Halter, Yale Haas, Grace Sawyers, Bryn Kreider, Lauren Templeton, Natalie Shoddy, Ashlyn Ciccini, Elena Cavini, Graham Whitworth, Gloria Arbel, Cara Bartholomew, Alexis Hamilton, Leah Bonfiglio, Carmen Rivera, Carmen Logan, Kinley Bartley, Callie Rivera, Reagan Dobbins, Bella Glenn, Kendall Hall, and Isla Hunter for head coach Eddie Leonetti. And the runner-ups again for Princess Anne: McKenna Ahart, Bella Anton, Braylon Baylor, Issa Coellar, Lexi George, Peyton Helmer, Scarlett Johnson, Julianne Moore, Brooke Sirianni, Maddie Tunstall, Lola Bueno, Kinley Campbell, Kelsey Gatch, Taryn Owens, Lily West, Kennedy Zanny, Brooke Ferlotto, Evelyn Jamelin, Rebecca Graham, Emery Harrington, Cindy Hunn, Hattie Peters, Sloan Fenoff, and Addie Weeks. So here's the presentation, so we will step aside.
Congratulations to both teams for a job well done, and congratulations to our city champions, the Great Neck Stingrays. At this time, Independence Middle School and Princess Anne Middle School can enter the field.
So there you had it. That was the presentation of the awards, the championship trophy, and the runner-up. We want to thank our camera operator, Jack Lowe, tonight. Also, our entire team from Chuck Thornton and Nick Senti. This is Matt Hatfield signing off. Once again, our final score in the Girls Middle School Championship, 1-0, a win for the Great Neck Stingrays over their opponent tonight, the Princess Anne Panthers. We'll come back with the Boys Championship coming up in a little bit with the matchup between the Independence Eagles and the Princess Anne Panthers right here from the Plex in Virginia Beach. Talk to you in just a bit.
Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar IV Hydration and Vitamin Therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach.